805-9100. I'm in the business of saving people money. And if you want to save money, pick that cell phone up right now. 805-9100. I received a call that I won't forget. A family of 5. The husband's a TVA engineer. Financial stress was rising from medical bills and children in college. We lowered their rate, paid off their bills, and saved them $800 per month. Now they're living stress-free. And the best part is this. They're skipping 2 payments and paying off their home 7 years faster. It's easy, and you can do it too. It just takes 10 minutes, 1 phone call to 805-9100. There's no cost and no obligation. So why wouldn't you call 805-9100? Or if you're at your desk like me, get a quick quote at homeratemortgage.com. That's 805-9100 or homeratemortgage.com.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Welcome back to the Art Beat of Chattanooga, where art lives. We're here with Jessica Bartett with the Flashlight Shows, and that is a nonprofit organization focusing on bringing arts to the community, and the proceeds go to different charities, it sounds like, each year of their choice, to benefit different areas of Chattanooga families and community. This year, the benefits are going to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters organization.
Monthly. It's monthly.
Okay, monthly.
It's
You
a
do it
different
monthly.
charity every show.
So each month, but you've had 8 shows in a year, so it's sort of monthly, but each one is a different charity that gets the benefits from your proceeds then. Correct? Okay. So awesome. So as always, after the first half of the show, I'd like to say you can listen to us right now live on tune in on the radio, AM 1240. You can also go to our Hot News Talk website and click YouTube, see us live, and you'll know it's live because, sometimes we stumble. Also, TuneIn Radio app and live on Facebook. So there's a lot of ways to listen to the show or to see the show. And you can see Jessica in person here. And I've got some of my artwork lined up behind us today. So we're going to kind of have a little bit of a laid back. Oh, thanks. Vanna White here. She's waving her hand like Vanna White to show my pieces back here. If we get to that, we'll talk and share some of those. But during the break, it always goes like this. After we talk, then you're thinking, oh, we have this and we have that. Mm-hmm. So let's share that part of things now that after we talked the first half, you got very excited about, wait a minute, there's also this and that. So,
always more.
Yes.
All the things. Yeah, they decided to keep me around.
Yeah, we liked her so much, we're going to keep her.
Yeah, we were talking about our upcoming show on August 27th at our Flashlight Show. It's at Barking Lakes Theater. The band is Swear and Shake, featuring local band Drumming Bird for support. And we talked a lot about the puppet aspect of that. So we'll do puppet making 7:30. And then after the show, we're going to have a bonfire out back and do s'mores and all that. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a magical time.
I think magical is a very perfect word. If I was a child and I knew that event was coming, I would probably bug my parents every day about going and be waiting for this.
Well, and we have, with Charity having kids, and most of my close friends all have small children. We want to have a family-friendly environment for our shows a lot, so that we don't exclude parents, or they feel like they can bring out the kids and make it fun for everyone. Some venues, prohibit that because they're not all ages venues, but when we can, we do all ages shows.
Yeah, I think it's pretty common that we adults like to do these fun and creative things as much as the children. But I know the joy it gives as a parent to see your child doing this sort of thing and the excitement level they get. And one of the things Jessica mentioned was, being introduced to art in school. And nowadays, a lot of our schools don't even have an art program. And these children are not having that creative outlet that we used to have in school. So it's an important thing. And as Jessica said, if we hadn't had this art as children, where would you be? Where would I be? I mean, without art, I might not be as crazy as I am, because sometimes it's an awful lot to have the creative energy flowing through you when you also have to commit to your full-time job. But
I think adulthood can kill it. It can really murder that creative flow and freedom. But I think to me, it's really important to try to keep it going as much as possible. Because creative expression is like therapy, you know?
Yeah. And I hope that part of what we can all do in Chattanooga is help get art programs more active in schools and provide this to the kids of Chattanooga. So we were going to talk about is a little bit different, and it's the volunteer arena seems to be very female based so far. Most of the people I'm meeting, not all, and I'm not dissing men at all. I know there are a lot of men involved in these at different levels, but in your organization, it's I assume it's rather small. How many people are in your organization?
Oh, it's Charity and I, and we got a adorable intern over the summer. Her name's Caitlin. She stepped in and helped out a lot. And then we've had help from a couple other people, but you know, it's not, each show might be different, but do you think, I just thought of this, that women maybe volunteer more because they feel like they have more to prove?
Oh, maybe some of us do. I think there's the whole nurturing aspect of females that's been built through society. Men working full time, trying to balance their families, but now women are also working full time. Almost all the women I know work very hard in a career. So I'm just wondering, you know, if you are a man and you're listening and you're involved in volunteer events, you can give us a call, 423-800-8949. 423-800-8949, and anyone can call about, you know, if you're volunteering or if you've seen a balance of more female or more male. It's just a question. It's not a judgment, you know, but like, what are you guys doing? Are you interested in volunteer arts? Are you interested in helping these kids and going into the community? And, you know, I'm just interested in knowing what organizations out there are men interested in promoting that are these charity type events.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if your experience has, you know, if you've seen, I've seen mostly females where I've gone and volunteered my time. So I'm just curious if that, you know, what do you see in that field?
I have. I'd have to say I have noticed that pattern as well. I think for me, you know, volunteering and getting involved with different events and organizations and around town, it's just more, I do it to show my gratitude for everything that I have in my life. You know, I don't know. I think people get complacent, or, you know, on the weekends or their free time, they just go home and do whatever it is that people do at home.
Paint
anymore, or work on, I don't know, watch TV. I don't know what people do, but you know, it's just taking a little bit of time out of your life to go and be a part of something else that's greater than you. To me, it just kind of helps to be humble and to, like I said, just show gratitude and give thanks for everything that I have. And, you know, if I spend like 2 hours of my life in a month doing something for someone else, it benefits me infinitely. It's like I'm helping you, but really I'm selfishly, secretly helping myself, you know? And I just encourage people to get involved. There's so many things going on in town, and it's not, and talking about men and ways to get involved and stuff like that. I mean, like the Habitat for Humanity, you know, they're always looking for volunteers to like help build houses and bring your hammers and your tools.
Yeah, and maybe that's part of the whole aspect of why we see a little bit more of a female base in the volunteer community is that's just exactly it. Like, give me a hammer. You know, the guys give me a saw, you know, maybe not as comfortable sitting around reading stories to kids, even though they probably do that with their own. And I'm not trying, like I said, I'm just encouraging you, if you are a man and you're viewing this or listening, you know, look into it, see what you can do too to help out in the community, because there is so much going on here in Chattanooga in that realm. So,
and you know, you've been dying to make puppets. Actually.
Yes, you know, you want to make puppets. Absolutely. You want to go to the fire. You want to eat s'mores.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. You know, and I can't even imagine these kids' excitement, like knowing there's going to be, do the kids know there's a bonfire and s'mores? Because that would be like over the top.
I don't know.
My kids would have been beside themselves for a week if they knew that was coming. So, you know.
Yeah.
Are your kids old enough to go make puppets? You said you have children?
Oh, no, I don't. Charity does.
Charity does.
She has a kindergartner.
Like, no.
Is he in kindergarten? Yeah, he's old enough. The other one would probably just try to eat the little googly eyes and the glue and stuff. But
Yeah. So there's got to be obviously an age limit for that, but that's great. So I wish that my own grandchildren, yes, I'm a grandmother, could go and do this, and I hope they do. So as far as your base, then you don't flashlight shows. Probably, do you have like a base location? You guys are just working from home. You guys kind of interconnect as an office from home with each other.
Yeah, we just try to meet up for tacos when we can and talk business.
Great. So that keeps no much overhead. So anything people are donating and helping, it's going directly to these organizations. There's not a lot of overhead costs other than getting the event rolling, paying for the event itself. Right. So that's really good because, right now, even though you are newer, only been around, 2 years or so?
Essentially a year and a half.
Yeah. So that's good. There's no overhead and you don't have to worry about that as well,
Yeah.
So that's great. So what other shows, so you've done 8 different shows and you mentioned some of the venues, and I think let's go back through those because I feel like the shows locations you're mentioning are a lot of people know about all the comedy and improv and all the flashlight shows and things.
We should do a comedy show. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I had a comedian on once, and I'm open for more.
Yeah.
And those are also being performed down there at the places you're mentioning, the Cinerama, the Barking Legs Theater. So, the list of places to go in Chattanooga, Grand Falloon. Is there some others you can think of that people could investigate? You mentioned JJ's Bohemia has shows.
They were doing at Honest Pint. They were doing a comedy fight thing.
Yeah, Honest Pint and JJ's. I think JJ's has comedy on Wednesday nights, and I know that. So, that's every Wednesday night. Go to JJ's, hear some comedy. So, Chattanooga just has so many things to look into, and not to mention the bigger theaters and the events and venues that we have here. Not to mention the beauty of this city. So, do you paint or draw Chattanooga? How there's a lot of paintings of the bridges and people love it. It's so beautiful. Is that one of your things?
I like to take pictures of the city. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's very photogenic.
Yeah. Let's talk about your art.
My art. Okay.
Nice. Where's that?
I may, if you wouldn't mind grabbing one of them, that would be great because I'm hooked to a wire here. So I put my guests to work. You show up around here, you're going to have to work. This is a series of acrylic paintings on canvas that I did recently. It was proofs for your mural, but they decided to go with photography, and that's okay. But this is kind of Chattanooga based here. This is actually, it's got the horse and carriage. You can't really see it. It's very loosely done. It's very loosely done with line. There's only like 3 or 4 colors in here: Payne's gray, cadmium yellow, cadmium red. It's kind of a unique scene with a guy on a bicycle or motorcycle, a horse and carriage, and a building that you can see the, what do you call them? I know what this is. The lines going back into the city, the parallel lines and stuff like that. So kind of alive. And, what feeling does it give you, Jessica? I'm going to go on the spot here.
Like
she
the
can
pickle
say,
barrel on the corner. No, I don't know. It's more Parisian. I don't feel like I'm in France.
Yes, I think yes, it's a very European feel. I think that's excellent. And it does look a lot like the pickle barrel, but it's not. This one is the second one in the series, and this is like a fashion girl in the front, very loosely done, almost just line work. And the background is kind of a crowded city scene. A lot of red umbrellas. There's red umbrellas and red awnings in all of these pieces. And they're just kind of busy city scenes that are simply done. So this is the second one. If you can see it, if you're watching. I haven't even titled these yet. So my house is full of paintings. It's crazy. I do show on and off in Chattanooga and in New York. This is funny because I didn't like this piece.
What do you think they're eating?
Oh, they're having spaghetti, and like Lady and the Tramp, they're going to slurp that last one until they kiss.
And vodka.
And vodka. Okay. But this is the final scene. So the first one is from a distance, then a little closer up with someone in the foreground. And then this is the final part of the evening, unless I finish the last 2 paintings, which who knows. But this one, I almost pitched it. And Russell, one of our hosts here, was the first person to say he liked it. And instead of getting rid of it, said, I'm going to give it a minute. And it's funny, people do seem to like it. To me, it wasn't exactly what I envisioned. But that's art, isn't it, Jessica? Like if we pitched everything that didn't turn out exactly like we thought, that wouldn't be so good.
Yeah. The best things are the ones you don't think about too much. You just do it.
Yeah, that's how these were. They just flowed out of me. So I love that when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to work at it. It's just like, boom.
And Jill here has a website, she said.
I do. It's vanguardartistry.com. vanguardartistry.com. And like most right-brained artists, it's not attended the way it should be.
Oh.
But you can get a general idea of my work there. Some shows that I've done are posted on there and things like that. So
cool.
Yeah. And currently, I'm not currently showing in any shows, but I have a big body of work that I'm ready to submit.
Hey, we'll feature you at a flashlight
show.
Yay! That would be amazing.
Yeah,
see,
pop-up galleries.
Connections.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing, the connections, the caring, the community here, being able to get together and talk about these things that you're doing. And I'm seeing your awesome, is that your website on your phone?
No, that was
just a blip.
It's a
phone blip
slideshow.
Yeah. So would you mind grabbing the book for me, Jessica? Once again, she has to work for her time here. All right. So I did want to share this book that I illustrated also. I don't usually promote my own stuff on the show, but occasionally I think everyone maybe wants to know who I am and what I do, why I do the Art Beat of Chattanooga. This is Poems from a Secret Garden written by Fred Ballou. And I've illustrated 10 illustrations in here. Some of them were done in direct response to the poetry. Some were chosen by the author because he liked them and thought they fit. Some of his poems have been also inspired by my artwork. So it's a 2-year corroboration that we did, and it's Poems from a Secret Garden. It is available on Amazon. So just wanted to share that too.
It's a very nice feeling book.
Yeah, it feels really nice. It's about 140 pages. When I do release my book of poems, it's going to be totally different. I just kind of dump emotionally out there like, one of my poems, okay, Slam. Evening closes like a door in my face, leaving an empty moment lying on the floor. Somehow, I expected more. So that's a little ditty I wrote when I was like 20. Probably after a bad date, right?
Aren't they all?
No.
I'm just joking.
So that's, we haven't really gotten into poetry on the show yet, but I really would like to do more reading of poetry here. And I'll talk to some poets. So if you are one, you're a poet, get a hold of me through the radio station and we'll get you on. You can read a couple of your poems and we'll see how that goes over with all the guys listening, They're like, where's the motorcycles? You can see those downtown at nightfall every Friday.
There's a new place that opened on Fraser or Cherokee called Speed Deluxe, and it has something to do with motorcycles, and maybe you guys want to check that out.
Yeah, we should maybe do like an art motorcycle event together that's visual arts. We have the music at Nightfall and the motorcycles. And I think Bessie Smith also has antique cars when they have the Rock the Block. So, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that would be kind of fun. We could I have a motorcycle in this painting here. I mean, we could just get together all kinds of biker paintings. And
yeah,
that's probably not fair. They're probably not wanting to be categorized any more than we aren't all hippies as artists. Just because you ride a bike doesn't mean you're a certain type of person who only likes motorcycles. I'm sure they're as creative and diversely artistic as everyone else.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that place Speed Deluxe is maybe it's a gallery space as well, so they'll have some art there. And
well, we need more room to hang all our paintings up. So there's so many of us. But I believe there's room in Chattanooga for all of our art. And I believe there's a good supportive community here of artists. And I'm especially impressed with the young people of Chattanooga, the young artists, and the drive and intelligence and connections I see in like your age group and these young artists coming up and they're hardworking, they're professionals, connected, you have purpose. And I just think that's fantastic, Jessica, that you're all, so many people in Chattanooga have that focus. So
I agree. It's a special place and time right now in Chattanooga.
Yeah, we're kind of in our maybe renaissance. I don't know, something where we're in the explosion here of arts in Chattanooga, and it's just going to get more exciting. And, so you can go to flashlightshows.com and look up the upcoming show on August 27th, where it's going to be at
Barking Legs
and featuring a local musician and a national musician.
Regional.
Musicians again.
Swear and Shake.
Interesting.
And Drumming Bird is the Chattanooga band.
All right, Drumming Bird. So we can look forward to hearing them the 27th at Barking Legs. You can get tickets on the website.
Or at the door. $10.
All right, same price, website or door?
$10. Okay. Just $1.64 charge on the internet.
All right, so there's a lot of places. These places have shows of all varieties too, going on throughout the week, and mostly they're right around $10. So you can take your date downtown Chattanooga and impress her with some culture.
Yeah.
And visit these shows and see comedians and musicians and improv and art, puppets.
Fire dancing.
Is that going to happen at the show?
No, that's just something you see a lot around here.
Yeah. So, even standing on the bridge at night and watching the musicians of Chattanooga just kind of play on the bridge. Yeah. And it's such a great city. So, well, I really appreciate, you coming and sharing the flashlight shows and the heart of it, your focus and your goals. And I hope that some of you who maybe didn't know about this are excited about it, and you go check it out and support our community through this great venue. Thank you, Judah Guitars, for being my sponsor. You can visit them at Boy Scout and Middle Valley Road, where all your wildest dreams come true. Thanks for listening to the Heartbeat of Chattanooga.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240. I'm Larry Daniels from Daniels Insurance, and on the average, our customers save $400 a year. We offer retirement vehicles and annuities in addition to other investment products that help you protect your family. Call 423-332-4774.
Hi, this is Beena. Come and visit me at Bell Smoke Shop. We are just across the street from Hardy's in Saudi Daisy. We have all kinds of beer just for you. Come to Bell Smoke Shop. We are just across the street from Hardy's in Saudi Daisy.
With every election, the government always gets in. You're right to be angry. We have no free market, red tape everywhere, taxes crushing. There's no level playing field. Tomorrow may be a day of reckoning. But there is something you can do. It's personal safety, personal security, shooter supply and indoor range. Find the handgun or long gun suitable to you. Take a concealed carry permit class. Use Shooter's roomy indoor private shooting range. Get expert personal advice. Shooter Supply fights boldly against big boxes. It helps people understand firearms. A free republic has become a despotism. Let them choke on their swag. For us, we invest in personal safety. In the Second Amendment, fight back, shop local. The country is in a desperate situation, but you don't have to be. Shooter Supply, love your neighbor, buy local. 875-4868, 875-4868, shooters-range.com. Shop shooters-range.com. Think about the future. What about your kids? Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's got third. He's going for second. Earnhardt going for the lead.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is on the Motor Racing Network.
Fox News Talk 1240.
Hear it live on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Check it out live on Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Fox News Talk 1240.
Charge! Get back there, you dang Yankee! Great horny toads, I'm up north. Gotta burn my boots. They touched Yankee soil. Lay down your arms and step forward, Yankee.
What's the hassle, Schmassel?
My orders from General Lee is to hold the Macy-Dixie line, and no Yankees are crossing it.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the Southern states. The day of us passed away would be our national holiday. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made.
NASCAR, David Tulis, Coast to Coast AM, and CBS Radio News. Chattanooga's news, talk, and sports leader.
News Talk 1240.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Finding just the right place to live can be a daunting task. Stop your search. In Chattanooga, the place to live is Cross Creek Villas for under $1,000 and available for immediate move-in. You can enjoy this 2-bedroom split layout, over 1,000 square feet, 9-foot ceilings, an extra-large patio or balcony. And don't forget to ask about
You give us 12 minutes and 4 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 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
WS yesterday on The Herd.
Did Ryan Lochte pretend to get robbed? You got somebody with a cocked pistol to your head and you're like, whatever, bro. He left my cell phone, left my credentials. When I read that line, I'm not comfortable accusing anyone of anything, but this doesn't add up to me.
A new day in The Herd.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
You guys can laugh at me all you want.
This is The Herd. The Herd. With Colin Cowherd.
I'm setting the tone.
Best show on radio.
This is The Herd.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles. With Colin out.
What?
Here's Nick Wright.
It is The Herd, live from Los Angeles. I am Nick Wright, in for Colin Cowherd once again. We are live on Fox Sports 1. We'll be on FS1 the whole 3 hours. Live on Fox Sports Radio, iHeartRadio, AM 570 LA Sports here in Los Angeles. Conor McGregor joins us much later in the show.
Will he be on time?
It's a phone interview, so he doesn't have to actually arrive. Dan Wetzel's going to join us live from Brazil. And we just had, as we do every morning, a long show meeting where we hash stuff out. And I then, when I was sitting in my dressing room getting ready for the show, reading more about this Ryan Lochte American swimmer story, it went from funny to me to I felt myself getting a little angry. So I'm going to go off the board a little bit on this topic, which I know makes the folks in the control room just thrilled to hear. But let me just give a quick synopsis of events. Ryan Lochte and 3 other swimmers, Jack Conger, Gunnar Bentz, Jimmy Fagan, said they were robbed. People pretending to be cops, gunpoint, get on the ground. Lochte went as far as to say, guy cocked his pistol, put it at my head, and I was like, whatever, man. And they took our wallets and our money, not our cell phones and credentials. The story seemed odd at first, but we believed it. Then yesterday, right before we go on the air, we have security footage of the guys right after the alleged robbery walking inside where they're staying. One of the swimmers' white pants are immaculately clean. They don't seem upset. They have their watches. They have their jewelry. It looked like some of them had their wallets. They all have their cell phones. Seems odd. We then hear that Brazil has said, hey, Fagan, Lochte, we want your passports. But Lochte's already absconded. Lochte's out of here. Then we hear last night, Conger and Bentz, they're on a plane, getting the hell out of there. And Brazilian authorities said, no, fellas, you need to stay. You're potential witnesses to a crime. The crime not being the robbery, the crime supposedly being lying about the robbery. And now we have new information that, depending on which source you prefer, these 4 U.S. swimmers went into a gas station and either broke the toilet or broke down the door trying to get to the toilet, or according to a newspaper article from Brazil, quoting the owner of the store, he's saying they couldn't get to the toilet, so they just started peeing all over his store. After any or all of those things happened, the swimmers were allegedly confronted by the security for the gas station, asking them to pay for the damage to the door. One story says the security guard pulled his pistol. One story said the security guard did not. That they ended up giving him some cash, leaving, and then, I guess, made up this story. That's where we're at. And what has made me, where this went, because part of this is funny. Like, these are just dopey athletes getting stupid drunk, allegedly, and vandalizing a place, and then making up an unbelievable, ridiculous story. There is some humor to that, potentially. But what made me upset was the statement from the IOC, an IOC spokesman, where he brushes this off as youthful indiscretions, as the hijinks of a child. When you keep in mind, and if we can put that up on the screen, the statement from the IOC spokesman, no apologies from him, meaning Lochte, or other athletes are needed. We have to understand that these kids came here to have fun. Let's give these kids a break. Sometimes you make decisions you later regret. They had fun. They made a mistake. Life goes on. Now let's keep in mind Ryan Lochte is older than me or Christine. And now, if I may channel my Matthew McConaughey A Time to Kill moment, they get crazy drunk. They vandalize a gas station. They lie about it and cause a minor international incident. They have passports revoked. People pulled off planes. They stay to that lie. Now imagine it's the men's basketball team. It's Carmelo Anthony and DeAndre Jordan and Draymond Green, and it's probably on the board for Draymond. Get crazy drunk, break down a door, lie to the cops, go on TV and talk about having pistols pulled on them, and then one of them flees the country. These still just goofy kids having fun? I mean, this is embarrassing. The U.S. swim team was on NBC for a week straight prime time. Face of the nation, I mean, Phelps, Ledecky, Lochte, the stars of the first week of the Olympics. The first week was our swimmers. The second week is Usain Bolt. And we're just supposed to laugh this off? Brazil